Good evening and welcome to my end of the week recap video for the S&P 500 and plan ahead for next week. Earnings season is starting to ramp up. The few banks that reported today didn't respond as well as I had hoped. So we'll see what that does to the market next week when we've got a lot of important names reporting. So hopefully that'll be a catalyst to go ahead and propel this market up a little bit higher. Catch a bid right here, maybe find some support. We are at the 200 SMA still. Still going to trade this as support. There's a significant amount of volume at the lows since the sell-off. Price action is at the 200 SMA. Very well known, very popular, extremely important level for trading, for investing, for algos, for anybody and everybody who has ever looked at a stock chart or even gotten interested in the stock market. Okay, now that that has said, when price action comes down to a level such as that, you want to look for volume, which indicates participation. We have a tremendous amount of volume here, just like the last time we came down to 200 SMA and it bounced. Took a while, but it ran up to new all-time highs. I don't think this is going to be any different. We have volume at the 200 SMA again. Yes, it did break it. However, if we zoom out here, the last time it touched and tested the 200 SMA, guess what? It broke it too. It broke it again. Finds support below and rips. Okay, now that that has said, I am in a new position here. I am in 9 November 280 calls here. Started up here at 530. Yesterday added into those at 366. Got my average down to a little bit over $4 at 421. A little bit red on them right now. As of right now, at the end of the week, SPY is gapped up to 277.12. So that's right above this little base it's setting up. Okay, so what I am looking at doing next week is managing this position. I don't expect to take any more positions in the SPY. I'm still holding December 313s, June 325s. So we'll see what happens with those. But anyways, a couple levels on here I've marked out. This was a triangle that had formed here over the last couple days. Triangles are usually a consolidation or a continuation type of pattern until they start to break out and form something else. So now that it's broken above, it's closed above, and apparently going to gap up on Monday. Depends on what happens over the weekend. Obviously, Trump could come out and say something. China could say something. Who knows? But anyways, this is the pattern that I'm seeing. I actually want to get this line off of here just so I can, excuse me, just clean up the chart a little bit. This was a prior all-time high just recently, so gonna leave that one on there. Anyways, on this move up, I'm looking at an initial target of the 8 EMA. So I'm gonna put target 1 here. If and when price action comes up to there, it's gonna get through this big level right here. This region here was where 58 million shares traded on this day into the end of the day, and I believe in an hour and a half, including the after hours time frame. So a tremendous amount of volume there at that level, just above again the 200 SMA. Very, 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 very important level. If price action starts to roll back up through there, it's also worth noting the significant amount of volume has come in down here as well. This whole region here looks like somewhat of an area of demand and by the dippers. Okay, still alive for now until proven otherwise. Yes, this has been a nasty sell-off. Yes, some bears are finally been right. They've only been wrong for 2.5 years to finally call a top and get a few points on a move down. So congratulations to them. This looks like it is setting up in a base. We have a tremendous amount of volume confirming participation at a very well-known level that is most likely support, as I went over in my last video. Now when this target hits, I will take my profits, hold a little bit for a potential move higher. If it does come up here, chop around and move higher, I will take another play above there for a move up to the next moving average up, which is the 21 EMA right up in this region here. So that's going to be target 2. And then the 50 SMA is target 3. Now these are going to separate a little bit on the open tomorrow, on Monday, based on how it opens up. Still going to continue with some momentum down, probably going to open up around 285.5 roughly. This one will be around 281. So good targets to aim for there. There could be an argument to be said that we might have another move down next week. It is possible. I'm not saying it won't happen. I'm saying there's a tremendous amount of volume at a very well-known support. Take that for what it's worth. Now over here onto the higher time frame. This is a monthly time frame here for the SPY. We came up, put in all-time high, sold off. I can just focus on this year. Sold off, put in inside month, and finally put in an indecision doji here. That triggered new all-time highs. Price action not only is at the 200 SMA, it is now at that technical buy level with a tremendous amount of volume. When price action retests a prior technical buy area on significant volume, common sense would tell me there's an argument to be made that that is support. So just adding to my bullish thesis here, I am going to maintain my position and look for moves higher. On the weekly time frame here, again, tremendous amount of volume, not just on the whole week, but the vast majority of this 835 million shares came in on the lows of moves. That was profit taking, that was support buyers, that was big money getting into a position. It could continue to sell off, and if it does, what's the bearish argument here truly? A 250 test, 255? I mean, you look at price action, anytime you've already had a prior low, you come down and test it. You don't break it, you don't go bearish, unless there's something extremely wrong in the financial world, such as 99, 2000, 2007, 2008, and slightly into 2015, even though that wasn't, I wouldn't argue that was really bearish. You still held supports and didn't really get any lower lows in. So, worst case scenario, if we do continue to push down, would be around 250, 255, where the prior support was. I don't foresee that to happen because of the reasons I've already mentioned. We have a technical buy level being retested, as well as an extremely well-known level of support, the 200 SMA. Price action put in an inside day today, which shows there is essentially indecision at a level of support. There's a battle going on, and whichever way it breaks is going to trigger some stops. As I already said, we're up 277.12 right now after hours, which is just barely above today's high. If price action does continue to push up higher, there will be stops above there for shorts, stops above the prior day at 279, and most likely get a nice little rip up here to 280 just to test that AEMA. At that point, we could roll back over, test this prior low, well aware of that, and completely understand that that could happen. For now, I'm still going to maintain my bullish stance. We are still obviously, as I zoom out here, in an extremely strong uptrend with a pullback. Simple as that. I'm not going to listen to the doom and gloom guys. I'm not going to go out and read all these Great Depression articles about it's coming, it's coming. I'm going to continue to trade my way and see what happens. If I'm wrong, I lose a little bit. But based on historic price action at the 200 SMA, I think I'm going to be right. So this will be my trade plan for next week. Real quick, I can throw up futures on here as well. Zoom out to the monthly time frame. And I've got this note here. Again, just like the SPY, this was the technical buy area about 2700 to 2717, 2718 area. Good volume so far in the month. Weekly time frame, it's much more evident of the amount of volume we had. The last time this year even that we had this much volume, we initiated a bottom. Look at that, what a coincidence. You zoom out here, as I've done in my last few videos, you find these extreme volume spikes and you see what happened. The vast majority of them are supports. So go ahead with your bearish thesis, take your trades. I wish you good luck, but sadly, I feel that you're probably going to be wrong. The futures also put in an inside day, a green bullish harami, which is a very well-known bullish reversal type of pattern. But just like any price patterns on a stock, they don't always work 100% of the time. So just worth noting that it is inside day, bullish harami at the 200 SMA on a significant amount of volume. Okay, that's the end of my rant and my trade plan for next week. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them down below. Come join us over at the Trade Crew chat room and follow along with some of these trades. Have a good weekend and good luck on Monday.